swear the chicks is thicker. Reppin' for the team, that's the bench of Houston Sippers. She don't want your liquor, she don't want your chipper. She poppin' for a legend, that's a real massa flipper. This is for la raza, this is for la raza. I'm in my trap, casa whipping up the damn massa.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the What Did He Said podcast. It's your boy Chingo Bling with the big tamarindo. We have
Marisol.
Baby, you got to put some energy in that. We have
Marisol.
Ooh, shit. We have producer Rob in the building as well, without a microphone. But we got the homies in the building, man. Some of the funniest comedians representing the Texas comedy scene. We have Luis Juarez representing.
Hey.
We got Midnite Jesus.
What up, baby?
Castillo. Javi Luna.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Representing Corpitos.
Yeah.
I made sure not to say Javier.
Yeah.
JVR.
Get my name right. That's my slave name.
Javi.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, son. Damn, son. All on the vlog and all that. Damn. Catching us off guard. Unedited. Okay, we are live. Thanks for driving down, fellas. Javi literally just drove in.
Literally,
dog.
Just got here first.
Like literally.
I got to go check out the neighborhood and everything.
He actually went into the corner store.
I had to go check it out.
How was it?
I had to go straight up out of Menace to Society level Korean grocery store.
Oh, straight up.
Stereotypical.
Straight up gentrification.
Had the bulletproof glass over the counter.
Yeah, that's the hood spot.
Just all the aisles. Like I couldn't even get down them. I just had.
Everybody's going to be like, that's where Chingo and Marisol live.
Look, we're about to explain. So which one is it? The one on Alabama? Oh, there's two.
The one on Delano.
Okay, it's on the corner.
I've always seen it when I come here, and I got a thing for old buildings, and so I was like, I want to go take a picture of that little building. It's got the the old signage. It's kind of like real distressed and faded.
School, yeah.
It looks very cool. So I went in there, and the aisles are like hella close together. I couldn't even fit down the aisles. I had to stand at the end of the aisles and just kind of look and be like, nah, I don't want anything on this aisle. Nah, I don't want anything on this aisle. And then the lady's just watching me the whole time.
No, but you got to tell him about you asking to go to the restroom. That's the best part.
So I already knew. Okay, let me put it this way. I'm not gonna do a Asian voice in case I ever try to go on SNL.
You're Shane Gillis.
Yeah, it's like straight up. When I say Korean grocery store, it's very like the customer service is of a certain variety, which is get the fuck in, get what the hell you want, and get the fuck out.
You're making me nervous.
Right? like don't talk to me. They're gonna tell you how much it is, $3.84, and you give it to them, and they slide you change back. Now get the fuck out. So for shits and giggles, I decided I'm gonna ask her, excuse me, do you have a public restroom by any chance? Just to see what.
Look, Juan Rambo.
Just to see what her response is. She didn't even give me a verbal response. She just did this.
Fucking asking for shit.
I love that. That's hilarious.
And so I got here early enough to go
Did you knock
wandering
stuff
around
down
the
as you
neighborhood.
walked it?
I should have. Actually, when I turned around, I go, "What'd you say about my mom?"
What you say about my mom? You gotta get
I was gonna buy a do-rag and everything in there.
everything. Yeah, we have. I've never been
beard
in.
brush.
I've never been in there either.
Yeah, we never been in.
Oh, it's great. They have a. Here's how you know it's a hood store because they still had the jar of pickles, right? Because like you go to the nice
where you
convenience
buy
store, now everything's packaged, individually packaged. No. They had the jar where you got to unscrew the jar.
Stick your hand in there.
That just made my mouth watery.
The rusty ass tongs that next to there. And
Wow.
you got to pick one out. You got to fish around and get the big one.
I wanted to see how hood everyone really is. What's the best way to eat a pickle?
Oh man,
Midnight knows.
man, you put like about 2 or 3 Cheetos inserted in the middle. Yeah, bro, you never do that.
Good answer.
Yeah.
The survey says.
The Cheeto fries go good.
Yeah,
with
man.
it,
Yeah, the Chester Cheeto fries, those.
Yeah.
Oh man, those are good in there. Or you could put like Kool-Aid already mixed out that has the sugar in
Kool-Aid
it,
is fire.
and you
Yes.
put it on top.
Your hood, Midnight. Yep, you knew about that one. Okay.
So it's
Yeah, look,
Kool-Aid
I did it with Kool-Aid powder
And hot sauce. Have you tried
Lucas.
Louisiana? Ooh, Louisiana hot
Come on,
sauce on that
Lucas.
bitch.
A little bit
fire.
Valentina, a little Valentina, baby.
Valentina.
But if for some reason, for me, I've tried it with the ones that come prepackaged, and it doesn't have the same flavor as it when they're sold in the big
it
jar.
gotta taste a little bit like poverty, a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Struggle.
What is it? What's the big pickle company? Van Holten's or whatever. They have a tapatio pickle prepackaged.
Really?
Packaged.
Does it
I tried
taste?
It just tastes really peppery. Like you can't really taste
The
tapatio.
packaged ones are just nasty, man.
You can't taste the Mexican hands that it's been through on the package.
Ambition. You gotta taste
when
the
you get that
ambition.
pickle, you got to put the tapatio on the fucking plate, on the little cheap dollar store styrofoam plate,
And then dip.
and then so that way you can just rub. Once you bite the pickle, then you can rub it all in there and get every bite coated on top with a little thin layer of the tapatio.
You should do an ASMR of that.
Yeah.
Man, Miss Tootie used to sell
I'll eat
the
a
pickles at
I'll
mine.
eat a pickle on the podcast. We can do that.
Lip smacking. So Marisol used to have it.
Booty first, pickle booty first. That's you can get the booty.
Oh my goodness.
Marisol used to have a candy trap house, and she
A
was
Cool Cup.
She was stepping on toes,
Oh,
and
shit.
the Cool Cup lady, they had some
came?
drama. So let me paint the picture. It was 1980, what?
6 maybe.
Houston,
7?
Texas,
Heavy
the
D on
Spring
the
Branch
radio.
area, the Spring Branch area. What would you
For
call that?
sure.
Working class?
Yeah, we lived in
In
an
a
apartment
working class
complex.
residential apartment complex, Miss Tootie had the block on lock, selling Cool Cups to the neighborhood kids until one day
Marisol.
What did she do?
Marisol. Marasol.
happened to see. She got a glimpse of the recipe.
So I just basically what I did, I figured like I tested it at home one day and I decided to put like candy at the bottom of the Cool Cups and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, I tried it with like tamarindo, like the little, and I was like,
Miss Tootie didn't have that.
I was like, okay, I can sell this. So then one day I started telling my friends, I'm like, oh, I'm selling Cool Cups. I was like, but mine have a candy at the bottom of it.
Ooh,
And so
stepping
she was
on
like,
toes.
and then they were like, really? Like, how much you selling them for? Well, Miss Tootie sold them for 25 cents, right? But mine had a candy, so I figured mine should be 50 cents,
Bruh.
right? Shouldn't they be 50 cents?
What happened?
Yeah,
Corner the market, and then you got to eliminate your competition.
You know what I'm saying?
The Carter.
I see your business sense right there.
Yeah. So then,
Get 'em hooked.
exactly.
What drought?
Come on,
So then
Jeff
I
Bezos.
started doing that, and my mom had no idea, right? Because she thought it was odd that I started asking for Kool-Aid when I never would ask for Kool-Aid, you know?
quieres tanto Kool-Aid?
She would be like, okay, that's odd. You want Kool-Aid? All right. So anyway, one day she happens to be home. She didn't go to work that day. So they knock on the door, and she's like, no, aquí no es. You know, it's like down there, you know? And I'm like, no, it is here. Which one you want? The one with Jolly Rancher, bubblegum, or the
tamarindo?
tamarindo? Which one? And so they tell me which one. And my mom's just looking at me. She's like, she know what to do. She's like, I can't believe you're selling Cool Cups out of our house.
I can't believe you're paying the light bill and
So
half the
that-
rent out of our house.
So then after that, we went to Reynosa for a weekend or something. to visit
connect.
something.
A new
And then so
plug.
my mom's like, what do you want? And she's like, do you want something? I'm like, yes. So we need to get this kind of candy, this kind of candy. I said, because that needs to be for my Cool Cup. And that was my little hustle. That was my little Cool Cup hustle. And Miss
Shit.
Tootie was not happy.
Put herself through college and everything.
We had a
No, I
candy
really
house
did
in
put
my
myself
in my
through college, but
neighborhood.
not with the Cool Cups.
How
like
was-
what's his name? Franklin, whatever. Y'all see Snowfall?
Not yet.
Snowfall about
Yeah,
the
come
crack
on.
game in South Central.
No.
When the CIA was selling dope.
Yeah, but they show he took a trip up to the Bay Area, to San Francisco, and that's where he learned how to cook, and then he brought it back to L.A. and started.
That's what the show's about.
What? Okay.
So it's kind of like Freeway Ricky Ross
Yeah, exactly.
in a way.
Exactly.
Damn, they didn't want to pay him for his story, so
Yeah.
they just rewrote it.
Yeah.
So what happened to your Oak Cliff Southside candy house?
No, we had this lady named Winnie.
Miss
Yeah,
Winnie.
Miss Winnie, and it was both Winnies. It's the mama Winnie, and the
baby Winnie.
and the daughter Winnie.
So how'd you know who was
saying?
who?
The daughter looked older than the mama Winnie. But the daughter Winnie was the one that was selling all the stuff. Like they were saying 10 cents a scoop of ice cream.
Damn, 10 cents for one scoop?
10 cents for one
We're
scoop.
talking about back in the days,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah.
Now
You know
that
what I'm saying?
wouldn't fly.
Hold up, man. Don't say back in the day like it's like 1920s. It was 1993. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Pretty.
1990,
pretty old school.
95.
Years ago,
When
Bro,
when you say ice cream, was it that like block of ice cream? that
No,
just
it's
had
the one that came like for
In the
like
box?
$5. Yeah.
Gallon
the
one?
It
rectangle.
was like the 5-gallon one. Yeah. And
How big was the scoop for 10 cents?
yeah, and they had the Neapolitan, the one with the different ones. and we just take a scoop and
It's like a full scoop.
yeah, like a
The
full
ice cream
scoop.
box.
Shit, that's a win. 10
And
cents.
then it was 10 cents, but it was like a little bitty cone. It was like a little bitty cone.
Oh, the
Bro.
baby cones.
Yeah, the baby cone. Yeah, with the baby cones.
Just a little snack.
Yeah, just a little snack. You know what I'm saying? But you know me, man. I scrape everything up from the bottom of the couch, baby. I had 3. 30 cents, baby. I was out there 3 scooping it, boy. I had my vanilla chocolate. Sometimes I get 2 strawberries and then 1 chocolate. Or you know what I'm saying? You know, I do 2 strawberries out there, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll get me my little pickle, and then she'll sell baggies of Kool-Aid with sugar already mixed in there.
Wow.
And the kids on the bus, I remember kids on the bus would just be licking their hand. Hand is red.
my hand be blue.
My finger was
I like the blueberry. I like the blueberry.
Open the little pack and then I put the sugar on top. I mix it and then it was like,
Yeah,
Talk about brain toxicity.
bro. We used to be crackheads, man.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Shit, my shit was the Salimons. Lucas.
Oh yeah,
Luke,
yeah,
any
yeah.
of that shit. I used to eat that shit out of the palm of my hand.
Yeah. Yep.
Just
That
there
was me too.
All day. Twang, Lucas.
I ate anything on the bum.
Dang. Okay.
Have y'all heard
that
of
kind of episode.
Have y'all heard of All Flavor No Grease from Cali?
No. What is,
Well, the candy house thing reminded me of him. So have y'all heard of like the movement in LA of like black entrepreneurs selling tacos and quesadillas and stuff like that, burritos? So if you look on YouTube, you could just type that in.
okay.
But the main one is Taco Mel, and then you have this other cat named All Flavor No Grease. He says he started with a candy house, like out of his house in Watts, and then that his boy had the Lone Star, whatever it's called in Cali, and he says, "Man, I don't have no money, but I got this Lone Star," and that's how he stocked up on candy and did the candy house. Then they were trying to clown him, like, "What's next? You gonna sell tacos?" And he's like, "Actually,
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
gonna use my mom's recipe." So he like kind of does it his way, but it all started with a candy house.
That's good. It's just tacos with swag. Is that what they're doing?
They just mix it up. It's not like you're straight up Mexican style.
Like just beef tacos.
You think
Kinda.
you consider that appropriation?
They're not
anyway?
doing pastor and all that shit.
Well, it depends on how. I mean, from what I've heard, when I hear people say like cultural, appropriation?
Appropriation, like,
I guess that means like when you take somebody's culture and you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kinda.
Well, like, because LeBron is kind of catching it from the Latino community right now.
Oh,
because he
Like
does
the
Taco Tuesday,
Tuesdays.
and like he does like a weird Mexican voice at the end of it. I don't know. That's kind of strange, isn't it?
Oh yeah, probably the voice is probably not the best
Necessary.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Well-
do Taco Tuesday and just talk normal.
It's like you sell barbecue, and at the end you do like, oh yes, good barbecue. It's the same shit.
Or, yeah.
Make you want to slap your mama.
Yeah, you can go down the road like you trying to sell Chinese food or something. But I guess you could call it that. But it's not the first time. Like y'all heard of Mississippi tamales?
You tasted it. Actually, Javi tasted
I
it.
tried them in Memphis.
Oh, they had some in Memphis.
When he drove back, when he went with us, when he met us, what city was that? Was it when we drove to Nashville on your
no,
way
it was
back?
Ohio.
In Ohio, they said.
No, his
I
drive
went through-
back.
Where'd you stop though?
In Memphis, because I went to
Memphis.
Graceland, and then
Huh.
I went right down that road and
Which is
stopped
in
at a
White.
barbecue
It's
joint.
called Whitehaven, that
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah, and stopped at a barbecue joint because I was like, well, let me try some Memphis barbecue, and then I saw that they had
Tamales.
fucking tamales.
How
And,
was Memphis barbecue?
How was the barbecue?
Yeah, and,
Barbecue was good. It was okay. I mean, it's not Texas barbecue. Everything's like pork up there as opposed to beef here, and everything's sauced and whatever.
I
And then
mean,
how was-
just
how was
because
the
everything
tamale?
was better in
It was
Texas,
horrible.
pretty
It really is.
much.
It
I
was
mean,
absolutely horrible.
Was it the wax paper kind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were wrapped in wax paper.
like really round.
Javi's like a real hard critic, man. Like if he knows his food, bro.
Well, his family comes
I
from that.
come,
so
I,
it's-
I'm from
I
tamales.
come from tamales,
bro,
man.
I'd be like, man, this thing's good. He'd be like, man, no, it's trash.
you know what? Everyone talks about those. What are they? Delia's tamales.
We haven't had them. in the
Delia's-
valley.
I still haven't had them. Are
Delia's to
even
me
that
are
good?
Okay, they're way overhyped in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like
wanna try them.
I think what people like is they seem to have like a big variety of tamales. Like they do the chicken with cream cheese or spinach or different flavors and with the piña and all that. See, where I grew up, I mean, my grandma did
Traditional.
pork,
Just
chicken,
pork.
bean, spicy, not spicy. What the fuck you want? Get the hell out. Very much like your Korean. No, it's not get the hell out.
I was hoping Luis was going to come and grace me with a new bottle of
sauce.
hot sauce.
Actually, yes.
What's
I
up?
have
I heard
it.
about that.
You did? What? Yay!
Damn, Damn, I left it on top of the fridge, I think. I pulled it out because Midnite brought like a kitchen. Like he brought like a whole bunch of food.
A kitchen.
So we were like rearranging the fridge, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I need to take this."
Like the day before, like yesterday.
It's cold though right now. So
me and
might
my
be
girl
fine.
were just
It might
like,
be okay.
we were just cooking food so we could prep for this whole week. It was like, man, our goal is not to waste no money on food.
Mm-hmm.
So we did like everything. We did like mixed vegetables, sauteed vegetables, chicken and all that.
looks
So
good.
like I had like 3 bags full of food already prepped.
That's
and he's
dope.
like, damn, you brought the whole kitchen up here. And that's where he brought his salsa. I got salsa too.
Already.
What? Okay.
Oh, so y'all came prep. Okay.
Oh yeah,
It sounds like we're gonna have a salsa contest.
That's good.
Because
Wait, who's salsa? Oh, I just made some salsa too.
Okay.
Y'all should taste my
Down.
salsa.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And I have chips and salsa.
Midnite makes some good salsa and some good queso too. He made it for me one time.
My baby got that
It's pretty good
sauce.
stuff.
I don't.
Spicy, too.
That's the one. Probably one of the few recipes I don't have. I don't have a homemade salsa recipe.
Have you made salsa before?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah,
actually.
me neither.
I'm trying to get out of this hot water I'm in. I'm trying to get out of this little dog
making out.
house.
Dude,
Yeah,
we
man.
got this. We got
Because she was watching a video about sex trafficking and it was like long as shit.
It was a minute.
No, it wasn't.
It was in a minute, babe.
It was at a minute deep,
I
but
mean,
she hadn't got to. She's like,
the
and then
lady
I'm in
was-
the Uber, and she like, and I start asking him, sir, why are you going? This ain't about my job. And he was like, he ain't say nothing.
Lady was
And then-
saucing it up.
Yeah, I was like, all right. So did you get kidnapped? Did you
So whatever.
escape?
You're standing here, so first of all, I already know you okay.
You survived.
You're making,
And you're
making the videos. So
and
she's
she's telling the story as she's walking through a parking lot. You should probably be alert while you're walking through parking lots.
Yeah, it seemed like she almost did it like how like those YouTubers do, where like, guys, today I'm gonna instruct you,
Yeah.
and they talk for a minute so they can get you there before they tell you what the fuck you search for. Like,
Sounds like you've been watching my vlogs, Javi.
no, it's not just you. It's not just you, but that's how they do it. It's like, I want to know how to change the lamp on my Corolla.
But first, got to get a workout in.
But first, hey guys, thank y'all for make sure you subscribe, and then it's like, hey man, can you just tell me how to fucking change the light bulb, please?
So a lot of you guys have been asking how to change the light bulb. And first of all,
Actually,
what's up
Rob
with Home
and I
Depot?
talked about that. Remember, Rob, whenever I was first starting this Tip Tuesday stuff where I was going to do reviews, I was like, what I don't want to be is one of those moms that go through this whole thing about how they introduce this toy to their child. And then after that, I was like, I just want to get to the point. I like the bottles.
there's a
Get
reason.
them.
There's
Yeah.
always someone that comments, video really starts at 5 minutes. Damn, you got to edit your shit.
Yeah, it's so true.
Gotta
Man, I'm
edit.
telling you guys, this vlogging and making videos is so hard. Have y'all tried anything like that? Have y'all even played with that?
You're not used to vlogging.
So I did one time in a mocking kind of way.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Because I'm kind of an asshole to my friends. Because I had a friend that was trying to do a vlog every day for a week or something like that. And he needed a ride one time. He didn't have his car. So he's like, can you give me a ride to do my vlog? But he didn't want me to be in the vlog.
He wanted, bitch, don't be in it.
Big old blur spot.
So
That's fucked up.
so then I
Hey, can I drive your car?
I spent the entire day of me
It's
recording.
also my laugh is loud. Nice. Sorry.
that too.
I spent the entire day making a vlog of me helping him make his vlog. So that is very
That's
funny.
hilarious.
It's very meta. So it's just following him, and you can see him in the background setting up his little shots for his average. So that was my first vlogging experience. And then I recorded a bunch of stuff. I got a hard drive full of stuff that I swear someday I'm going to edit together, just little trips that
Yeah.
have gone on with y'all or whatever. And yeah, someday.
Because on your Instagram story, it's kind of like you're
It
vlogging
does.
because you're kind of like on your way there. You'll be talking, and then it's like you actually show what you went to go see. So it's like sometimes I'll be like, "Shit, Javi, this is."
Tell him your
It almost
Instagram,
was a
Javi.
lot. In Instagram at Javi Luna Comedy.
Bam.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And
I did
try to
something
mix it up.
similar, kind of. But I was like recording myself walking. And I was like, hey, all right, guys, today I'm going to do this. And then I purposely tripped and let like the camera fall or whatever. But I hurt myself.
Yeah, I like this.
Like I fucked up my shoulder like bad. I was like, because that's a lot of weight going down,
Yeah,
you like fell for real?
I did it on purpose. Like I was trying to walk as hard as I could, and I did a purposely hard fall, and
you gotta be careful
for the name of comedy,
For the name of comedy.
for the gram.
My workers'
Cam
comp.
out there, man. Some people get hurt for real. But I like that about Instagram, that you can work out little bits and do kind of stuff with it. Like, and I remember when I first, that's what I kind of thought a story was. Like, you're telling us a story about your day, right? Isn't that the idea? So, and then someone told me, like, it was actually, not supposed to, you talk too much to the camera. Like,
no, it actually, that is what story is.
It's actually Facebook saying a big fuck you to Snapchat.
Yeah.
Actually, you are, when I did this like little like social media like research on how to like be better on social media, your story should be like that. It should have a beginning, middle, and end. Mm-hmm. So you're absolutely right. It's like any type of like little social media workshops or anything that you watch. It's a morning, middle, and end. So basically, your morning and your middle of the day, and then at night, like say good night to your people, which I suck at doing both. I kind of will do in the middle of the day, but I don't do like good morning. But I'm gonna start doing the good morning and the good night and whatever happens in between. So I'm working at it.
Everyone get on the ground right now.
Right. She's talking.
Drop your afternoon.
Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Hey, I just got footage of all y'all like fucking with y'all's phones and shit. At Javi Luna,
I ain't the slave to the system.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. What's up with the no likes? But not everyone. Frank told me yesterday it's not going to be everybody's Instagram, right?
It's gonna be everybody's.
Well, Frank said that it's only certain accounts won't have the like button.
The likes.
Is it that you won't see it, or that nobody else will see it, or both?
Yeah, I think.
But you'll still see it. Okay,
then how will I know?
You'll know. They won't know.
How will I know my worth?
Uh-huh.
You know.
You'll know. Everyone else will have to decide for their own.
How worthy you are.
Because sometimes people just share shit like, I don't know. Apparently, 5 million people watch this. It must be good. Like, and I'm going to share it. So now people are going to have to actually decide for themselves if they like it or not. Not because everyone else likes it.
Is it getting rid of comments too, or what?
I think it just likes.
Oh,
right?
so it's going to turn into comments then, right?
Hopefully it would.
I get one comment that says, "Hey man, nice shoes," or like
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Be the comment.
crazy.
That'll be the comment.
I heard there was a beer. Sorry, I was doing some fucking conspiracy shit. I heard there was a little indie beer place, brewery that printed that on the bottom of some of its cans. Epstein didn't kill himself. But hey,
Nice marketing.
you know,
It's
it's like Chingo. We just got a YouTube back on. Stop talking about that stuff.
Yeah, I hate that that's become like a punchline, though. It's like not even like, it's not even, it's almost lost, it's been overused so much it's lost its meaning. Like, it's just like, it's
like a meme now?
It's a meme, exactly. It's fucking right in the pussy. Like, it does.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a thing you fucking yell at the end of something now.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
he
hey,
also
more-
didn't kill himself though, right?
Right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's a real
himself.
statement. Like, when you're saying that, what you're actually saying is you're believing that our government will fucking assassinate people that just,
Or maybe not even,
Or
maybe not
yeah,
necessarily the government,
government,
but
right.
just somebody.
Just
that-
Hillary Clinton, yeah.
Somebody.
like, it's a serious statement, but we throw it out like it's just like, oh, he didn't kill himself.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I always bring
know-
I always bring up the Epstein shit.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, you do. But today,
button
y'all,
issue.
Yeah.
you were listening to something pretty cool today. They had a kid on. Was it on the Daily? Bit?
Yeah.
His interpretation of what the impeachment is, with like what he feels.
He's third grader, yeah.
It was, he pretty much understood politics a lot better than I did.
lot of
Like
adults.
I do.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Even though you were like just in our adult life, like we've now seen 2 presidents get impeached.
one for being all mañoso.
Right.
And imagine if that was during the Me Too movement.
Yeah, he'd have been out probably.
Yeah.
sure.
What's the name? Talking about Bill Clinton?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he technically didn't do anything, like he didn't harass her, right? Like,
No, I think
I think it was willingly,
I was a
right?
No,
kid to know too much. I think what it went into was the fact that, like, where it took place. What do you can't use was he talking to her on government phones and stuff like that? So now it's kind of like anything like at your job. Like you can't be running a phone sex operation on your work's phone, like because you're using
you can't
using
be
company shit to do some dirty shit.
Like you couldn't put Congress on hold while you're over there trying to do phone sex with.
And I think
Monica
there's something about him being on like official him being like an official phone call or something.
Oh, getting dome.
While she was there, it's like, okay,
he talking to some president.
Here, was she clear? Did she have clearance to
like?
Be
was
there?
that a quid pro quo? Like what she did?
Yeah. What's pro quo?
Quid pro quo, like this for
Something
that, like a
this-
trade.
Yeah.
I mean, Midnite. You work in corporate America. You don't know what that is.
Bro, I
That's
only
the
got
first thing
6
they teach
hours
you.
of community college, bro. Like, don't put all that stuff on me. I only got 6 hours of community college,
Midnight in that.
and I ain't trying. Look, man. If I'm gonna say something, if y'all know it, let me know. Y'all teaching me a little bit.
You in that financial industry, bro. You haven't.
Yeah, man. I know withdrawals,
Dinner with the Koch
receipts,
brothers
and
shit.
deposits, and withdrawals, and overdraft fees, and non-sufficient fund fees, and you know what I'm saying, non-balance fee. Come on now, I know all that, man. I know how to reset your password too.
Your debit. Hey, with Bill Clinton, it was probably like Republicans that were like waiting for him to fuck up.
Yeah.
Like just waiting to see whatever it was going to be.
I've kind of talked about this already before, but I still don't understand why anyone cared that he got his PP sucked.
Well, the lady who told what's her name to save the dress, I forget her name, Linda or something. Supposedly she was like partisan or whatever, like Republican, and kind of didn't want him in there.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything, like these impeachment things, but you gotta look at them like it's just like when they go after mobsters. They're gonna catch you on a technicality.
Yeah,
They're
like,
never gonna.
you didn't pay taxes, John Gotti.
You're too good to get out on the actual fucking crime. They're gonna get you on. If you're a drug, they're gonna get you on money laundering. They're gonna get you on wire fraud. They're gonna get you on tax evasion. They're not gonna get you on the fucking actual shit. Like, and that's what this is. They're gonna find like, okay, where did he fuck up? Where can we get him? We don't like him, so how can we get him out?
And now they're trying to convince the public like it's a good idea. But the public got to be like, man, but the economy's good. And
You
unemployment's
gotta admit that
low,
it's
and
good for some people.
It's like, man, what? Yeah, it's kind of like,
But,
man, what
man,
Ukraine?
yeah.
Like, it's all good.
that becomes but when it's good for only some people and really bad for other people, then you get into a social justice.
Yep.
And they juke the stats
Like-
anyways.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's a microcosm. Of
Hold on. Let me not trip over this.
Hold on. It's a microcosm of
It's like the dope game. It's like the
political
dope game.
instability.
Got it out.
6 hours of community college, baby. Come on now.
Man, how many
no
syllables?
degree.
How many syllables was that?
Did you park at the
15.
roundabout Midnite?
Man, I was over here in the cul-de-sac.
Big word.
Yeah, she was grabbing on my cul-de-sac.
Baby want a little quid pro quo.
Come on, little.
She gave me a little microgasm.
Oh my god!
6 hours of community college right there, baby.
No student debt.
At the same school,
$1,500 of 6 hours of
$1,500 for 6 hours.
$1,500.
Was that all at the same institution, or did you spread it
I only
out?
got 2 books. I only had 2 books, bro. And what was I had? I had a calculator.
What classes did you take?
I
6 hours.
took,
2 classes.
Huh?
2 classes. 6 hours is 2 classes.
6 hours is 2 classes? No, man, I took 5 classes, bro.
No, there's
I
no
took
way
5
you get
classes,
6
bro.
hours for 5 classes.
The other ones I didn't even do well in those other classes. I only did
counting
2. One was literature, and the other one was the other one was history.
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 Okay.
I remember one time This book cost $212, and I honestly was refusing to pay the $222. But it was so much work going to the freaking library to make a copy of every damn chapter. And I did it for a hot minute, and then finally I just gave up. And I said, fuck, I'm going to have to break down and buy this book.
Why so much for a book?
I don't know. The books are expensive, man. I was like...
And fuck those editions.
Yeah. Or when you buy it, and then you try to go sell it back. Oh, we're not using it next year. What? Like, why is that my problem? Buy it back, bitch.
Why? Oh, they changed page 83.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yes, exactly.
I ain't them 2 books. I resold them books, and then I
know, but sometimes you can't resell them because if they're not going to use them the next year, there's no purpose. Like, what are they going to do with them? Or then when you paid $100 and some, and they want to give you $12. What? I bought it for $100. What do you mean only $12?
Yeah, man.
That's why it's always better to sell it to other students versus at the bookstore. That's why I was like, hell nah.
I sold 2 books, and that was enough to like give me a down payment on my house for them 2 books.
Damn.
Man, we brought it up on an old episode about I think it was a Texas history book. Did y'all hear about this?
Yeah, I heard you tell this.
Where the lady, I guess she might have been on some type of school district or board, some kind of board.
Inside information.
She had some inside info as to when the deadline was due for the Texas history or whatever. And she didn't even really write it herself. She just hired 2 dudes that weren't historians or nothing. Like, hey, man, let's freestyle this shit. They just got to type in and broke it up into chapters. And she submitted it, won the bid over other, I guess, actual authors or publishers or something. And she got that bread, and then later they found out all the when it started raising hells, when people were like, "What the fuck is in this book?" And it was like Mexicans were lazy, and it was like many people said that they would spend their time taking siestas and drinking, and like moving on.
Oh, 7th grade, I had that book. 7th grade, I think I had that book, bro.
I think this was recent.
Really? Bro, I swear to God. I swear to God, I remember that on my Texas history book, bro.
Oh my
7th grade, Mr. McCullough.
On God.
On God, for real? Like, nah, man, I'm free to say Mexicans and propaganda and marijuana and all that shit. Lazy, all that.
No, you remember because everyone turned around and looked at you because you were like the only Mexican in your class.
Yeah, I was the only Mexican. All them little, like,
Eating a pickle.
Eating a pickle.
With
a cool
Cheetos in there.
Back there.
with some Cheetos in
The
it.
teacher's all
With a
like,
soggy Cheeto.
and it says here Mexicans are independent. Midnight just back. What'd you say?
He's licking Kool-Aid off his hand.
Kool-Aid off.
That's crazy.
Off his hand, man.
You're awfully quiet, Luis.
Tail end
Taking it all
first.
in.
When I first met Luis, the first time he came with us, I'm like, this guy doesn't talk at all, man. I was like, he's a comedian. I was like, oh, this is interesting, because usually I can figure. Same thing with Javi. I couldn't figure him out because he was kind of very private too.
I'm an enigma, wrapped in a mystery.
Oh, microcast.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you lit, bro. You lit today. You lit.
He's feeling it. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm more reserved. I don't know.
Yeah, it was funny because I did the same thing with both you guys. So it was like I was prompting all these questions. I was like, "Oh, okay. So how long have you been doing comedy?" It was 1-word answers. I was like, "Well, golly."
Yes.
How long have
I'm
you-
a robot.
That's the way Luis was. Yeah, okay. Now we're cool because now it's been a minute. But at the very beginning, both you guys were very. Midnight's always just kind of been out there.
What up, baby? You already know what it is, baby. I'm out there, baby. I'm out there, man. 6 Hours Community College. Ladies, come on now.
What it do?
Call the hotline right now. 1-800
Microcast.
microgasm.
Shout out to Fort Worth. We had Midnite and Luis Juarez out there with us. The shows were cool, man. Great crowds. Then we went did the NASCAR thing. That's going to be on Mighty Soul's vlog.
Which drops
that was
today,
cool.
guys.
It was cold as shit out there.
It's in the Dropbox. But don't post it yet because I think there's some edits that I want to happen.
It was cold as shit that day, but me and
It was
Luis
so
were sweating
cold.
like a mug because we were walking the whole
I got
time.
in trouble.
It was like 13 miles, man, that we walked that
Because
day.
we went up to the suite and my girl stayed at the bottom.
Oh no!
You remember because there was only 4 tickets for the suite, and us 4 went. And my girl, Midnight's girl, they stayed down at the bottom
in the cold.
Wait, no, y'all didn't.
In the cold,
Man, because
Me and Midnight are up there eating toasted fucking beers.
Okay, wait.
Taking
I
all
want to
the
know
layers.
what
It
y'all
was
were
hot.
waiting for when y'all brought the food. Listen, there were such Mexicans, Javi. They even brought plates down from the suite.
We
They took
did.
food,
a whole bunch of
but
brisket.
they didn't let them take it out.
It was
So what
restricted.
happened?
It was like,
good, too,
it was
man.
good,
That
bro.
brisket was good.
Brisket, everything, coleslaw, everything.
So were the girls
ranch.
mad because y'all didn't bring them no food back? What happened? Because they wouldn't let y'all leave with it.
My girl was so into the race. She said, "Man, it's just such an adrenaline rush that she forgot about the whole food thing." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool then." You know what I'm saying?
But what about Luis? What
She just, I guess, kind of felt some sense of abandonment in a way.
Oh,
and I felt it too because me and Midnight were like, man, let's just leave. Like, we're being assholes right now. But we had to eat first. Like, but we tried to take them a plate.
He
and then
ate everything in there, bro. It was free beer.
What did they have? What
They
did
they had they had green beans, macaroni. They had brisket, and they had chicken with potatoes.
And then hot
they had
dogs too,
salads.
right?
They had hot dogs that you go up there and you butter the bun, and you get the hot dog and you put some chili on it, and then you put some coleslaw, and then you put relish, and then and man, it was just so delicious. And then,
Sauerkraut.
sauerkraut and all that. And then on the other side, they had like every little table had like little snacks, like they had like peanuts and pretzels and M&Ms and stuff like that. Bro, we were packed. We went down the stairs packed. Like I felt like I meal prepped. Like when I went downstairs. Yeah, when I went down.
But listen, this is what happened. So that neither one of y'all's girls get upset with
Yes.
y'all. Okay. So I had she had asked, how many passes would you need?
The lady
I said
from the-
4.
our Connect.
Our Connect. I said 4, which would have been us 4, right? But I totally didn't think about like what about their other halves, right? Because the way she's pitched it to me, it was like, would the comedians performing with Chingo like to attend? So for me it was like, okay, so it's the comedians. I don't want to like ask, can we get some extras? You know what I'm saying? You know how that kind of thing goes. So I was like, all right. So then the day of, they came to the show. So then I saw the girls, and my light bulb went off, and I said, well, she's here. Let me go ahead and ask if I can bring them. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey, those are the wives of the other comedians. Is there any way we can get them in? She's like, no, I can get them in. She goes, it's getting into the suites that I can't get them in because those tickets I have to request way in advance versus entry tickets. She can get as many as needed. It was the ones for the suite because they actually have to pay for them. So they don't get them for free because NASCAR doesn't own Texas Speedway or whatever that thing's called.
Racetrack.
So they have to actually buy these tickets in advance. So I had only said I needed 4.
A little quid pro quo has to happen.
And so then I felt bad because we were going to try to sneak them up there, but they're like literally checking for like the passes, and you have to have a stamp, and they put a light over the stamp to make
Fort
sure you're,
Knox.
Like Chuck E.
you know,
Cheese.
yeah,
They have the little spiral.
yeah, exactly. There you
little
go.
headsets.
Yeah,
That's how you know the place is fucking real. They got the little fucking.
yeah,
spiral
they
one.
did. And then when we came in, it was like, can we see y'all's? We looked so out of place in the suite. The minute we walked in, they're like, oh, well, we just started serving the food, and it was like hilarious.
They're like, you guys can set the rest of the stuff over there. Oh wait,
we don't. We have
no,
VIPs.
right.
Yeah, man.
So
It
I
was
felt
a-
so bad.
It was a microcosm of
Oh my god. So you got in trouble, Luis?
I don't know. It was just one of those.
She was quiet after it.
quite
He
right.
got in trouble whether or not he knows it or not. He was in trouble. For
Yeah, you know that feeling of just.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, she was like me on the podcast. She was just real quiet on the way home.
Kind of like when your girl's trying to watch what is it?
That
A
just didn't
kidnapping
occur. She
video.
didn't give you no
you know,
look.
no, it's because we carpooled together. So like she was in the back, and I was
Golly.
and like they were in the back, right? Like
Put them in
both
the
of them.
bag too.
And I see Luis over here on this side, like on my peripheral. Yeah, I can't really say that
Peripheral.
word. On the other side, and his wife is right behind me. Man, I think she was so mad she fell asleep because like they weren't talking or nothing. I was like, what's going on?
She wasn't mad like that. She was just tired, I think. But it was kind of a dick thing to do, though, right? That's kind of a dick thing to do.
If it would have happened, like let's just say he would, but if I would have been able to hang out with like the other girls, like the other wives, I would have been fine with that. I'm like, well, fuck it, they gotta go. We can just stay down here and hang out. It wouldn't have bothered me that way, like because I would have been with them. Now, if he would have been like, I'm going up and you just staying down here by yourself, I would have been like, well, fuck, what am I going to do down here by myself? But if it would have been like the other ladies, then, you know what I'm saying, then it'd be fine.
You see, now what y'all should have done is say, you got to jump on the grenade first and say, no, babe, hey, they don't have tickets for you. Don't worry, I don't need to go up there. I'm going to stay down here. And then she'd be like, no, go ahead, go.
See, Javi be knowing.
You get a chance to go up there and be like, no, that's good.
Let's hope Jenna's not listening to this
kick it with you. Then she
episode.
go. I'm like, are you
But I just want to be where you at, baby.
you sure? Like,
We did that.
I'm just going to go real quick.
We did that. We did that.
Oh, you're good then.
So we said we're going to go up there right away. We're going to get a plate and we'll bring it down. And like an hour later, we came back down.
I don't want to go. Because you ain't there. I don't want to go.
No, we said that. And they were like, no, y'all should go. It's a waste, you know, if you don't, whatever. But
And then I said, oh, yeah, man, I volunteered my girl. I go, yeah, man, Yadira's not going to go. I volunteered her quick. And then that's when it's like, well, Yadira's going to stay down there. Might as well.
yeah, no, man.
Yeah. And we were up there, we were toasting. Yeah, we were toasting and everything. And yeah, like we had.
It's like a montage.
He had like a Budweiser, had Bud Light, and we were like toasting.
And
stuff
NASCAR
like
M&Ms. We ate a lot of those.
It's one of those things where it's like you kind of don't get to experience it all the time, you know.
It was cool, though.
You and Luis
Free
had a
beer.
nice date, is what you're saying. And you
Bro, I was putting hot dog on it. I'm putting chili on this hot dog and everything.
Each other hot dogs.
Well, when
Like
y'all
Lady in
said
the Tramp.
sweet, when y'all said sweet, I got excited because I was like, man, I've been in a suite like that. I know that they have all this shit, and it's just like you don't get that chance that often. So I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna eat, but
And we're so bad about it.
We couldn't
We're like,
enjoy it.
oh man.
Well, we had the baby back home with the sitter, and it's like
because my mom and my sister were both out of town.
both out of town. So it's like, hey, as soon as we're done here with our end of the deal, we kind of got to hit the road because Fort Worth is not around the corner, and so we could relieve the sitter and have our kid again.
But y'all didn't get a break, right? Like y'all showed up like right before the show that night, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
nonstop
We actually
since then.
okay. It never fails in our world that something happens before the actual event. So before we left, one of our rental houses had an issue, and so the guy called. So we were trying to fix that before we left.
I'm not that handy.
And he's not handy. So now we're going to Home Depot. They don't carry what we need. Now I've got to call the people. So now we've gone to several
The clock is
places
ticking,
to
and we gotta be in
find
Fort
this place.
Worth.
We got to be at Fort Worth. We literally I didn't even shower. I literally got there, brushed my hair, put on makeup, wiped my face, and we left. And the show started at 7. We left at 6:45 from the hotel because we arrived at 6:15.
And then the hotel people, they were always tripping about
Yeah.
well, whose name is it under?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Artist name I'm like, okay, I don't know. Can you check either one? But we've got I'm crunched with time. Time. Like we got to hurry up. We had 30 minutes to hurry up, and it's I'm not the performer, so obviously I have to let him hurry up and shower and get ready. So I'm like, hey, listen, can you get this going because we've got a show tonight? So finally at 6:45, I text them, where you guys? Midnite then texts and says, I'm not going to make it on time. So now
fuck.
Midnite's not going to make it on time. Luis, where are you? He's like, I'm pulling up. I'm like, oh my God.
I was like,
we
Luis,
need a backup. We need another comedian.
Call
He's
a
like,
comic.
he's
It just
calling
threw-
all the kind of people to help us out.
It threw me off because right before it's like we're just gonna do a 2-man show. It's like you're gonna do 30, and then Chingo's gonna go up do an hour, and I was like, all right, cool. So for sure we're gonna do 2 people, right? I'm like 5 minutes into my set, I look over, Midnite's just standing there. I was like, so do I bring him up now? Like, I mean,
Hey, I see our boy Midnite's here. Are you coming up, man? I heard that.
Yeah, it was funny. It's like, oh, Midnite. Okay.
But it all flowed so good. I think that might have been one of the best shows of the weekend.
Yeah.
It just kind of.
It was so I was under so much pressure because I just felt like, oh my God, we pulled up. We didn't even get to do anything. We're starving. Nothing. Then you know how we are about food. We don't just really do the. So all they had was fried food, and now I'm just like, fried food. Come on, man. I don't want to eat this garbage. So now I'm like, do you want to split something? It's like, well, damn, I'm hungry. I'm like, no, I'm hungry too. So what do we?
Chicken tenders.
So we got chicken
Papitas.
tenders.
And then one of the nights we got Taco Bell too.
So, sometimes those rush shows work out, man. When I was like back working Mesquite, that like got to be my habit because I was like doing everything, like I was advancing everything for the comics coming in.
Sure.
I was running the tickets, the door, and then I
Shit.
was also the house MC. So sometimes I'd be taking tickets. And then the music would start in the background. All right, silence your cell phones. No video photography. Give it up for your host, Javi Luna. And I'm
introduce
I'm
yourself?
Hold up, I'll check you in a minute. I gotta run up stage. On stage. They're like, hey, how's it going? So sometimes like it's great to have time to like get your mind right and everything.
But sometimes
you
you
can
don't have time to think.
Yeah, sometimes the
Not
fact that you
thinking
didn't
helps
overthink
sometimes,
it.
Yeah.
It works.
You ever do that sunshine bar?
No, thanks for bringing it up. I've actually been trying to get in there for like
Really?
years. Yeah.
The
Where's
one
that?
in the
It's
valley?
actually a sore subject. I've actually really wanted.
Where is that?
Oh,
No, I'm
shit.
just kidding. I don't know where the fuck that is.
It's somewhere in the valley. I want to say, is it West Laco?
Sunshine Bar?
I think it's called Sunshine Bar.
Paradise?
Paradise. That's
Yeah, I
what
did
it's
Paradise
called.
back in the day.
That place sucks.
I did all right.
It's not so much that the place is cool, like, you know, whatever, but like the first time I ever was really late to a show was that, and I was with this guy, the headliner or whatever, and like, y'all might know him or whatever. I'm not gonna say his name, but we were like an hour and a half late to the show. And he's all like,
Plus, you drove from Dallas all the way down to the valley.
Yeah, we drove from Dallas down to the valley, and he's all like, yeah, man, like it wasn't phasing him in any way. I was like, dude, we're late to the
We're
show.
an hour and a half late.
We get there and they're like, oh, you got to go up right away. And like, without even like anything, I had to go up. And then I go out, look out to the crowd. It's nothing but like bikers. Like, and they all had like
shit.
1%ers. What is the biker gang?
Yeah, it was
the Banditos.
it was a biker hangout.
They weren't laughing at any of my shit. And I was just like, it was the
the
fucking
owner
worst.
the comedy night used to be when I first started going down there. The owner had like a poker night going on at the same time as comedy night. So they were just like in a room over to the side playing poker, like while your comedy show was going on.
Wow.
Like, yeah, and those
Yeah,
shows
it's rough.
notoriously started late. like because no one would be there. Be like, wait for a few more people to show up. Wait for a few more. So like 2-hour late show, it was not uncommon there.
Wow. Like the one time, babe, when you did it with the gringo. What's his
John
name?
Stringer?
No. The other one. The bald one.
That is the
The bald one?
From Eric Schwartz.
oh Eric.
I remember you did one with him.
Sam's
with you.
Sam's
Remember-
Burger Joint?
remember
Oh
when you-
yeah.
Pete's on the stage and the blender's going as they're making margaritas.
Oh, the Monster Burgers place. Yeah.
It was hilarious. Like, it was annoying but hilarious at the same time because personally, I had not experienced anything like that yet because, you know, we've been only at the improvs, comedy clubs, so we had never done like a
That was
place like that.
in Cuero, Texas.
Cuero.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah, that town. The only thing I know about, I went to college with a guy from Cuero, Texas, and so I like to collect little tidbits of information about every about little towns just to throw it out there in conversation. And so
The Battle of Cuero.
They have not even that. I wish it was that historical. They have a fest. They have a turkey fest. That's their thing every year, where they have a turkey named Ruby Begonia.
Oh.
And for that day of the festival, she is the mayor of Cuero, Texas. They appoint her mayor for a day. So it's basically a real life version
Microcosm.
of Pawnee, Indiana from Parks and Rec. You know, with little Sebastian, they have their turkey, and that's their mayor for a day every year.
Interesting.
Well, I tell Sol all the time, like, you know, how, like she was saying, we get spoiled being at the improvs where it's like designed specifically
For
for
a comedy
comedy,
show, yeah.
and you feel like a headliner. You got a nice green room, and you know, the fans are treated well. Like their whole experience is great. Everything is set up for the show to go well and for everything to run smooth and the headliner to shine. So anytime you end up doing other type of shows or venues or lineups where it's like you are backstage for a long time because it's a free for all, and they added this comic and that comic, and now you're getting in your head. Now the audience is fatigued. Now it's your turn. And I tell Sol all the time, like we're super lucky. Like how many ducks? I think Rob can probably attest to this a little bit too. But like how many ducks had to line up perfectly for our comedy situation to pan out the way it did. Meaning from the time I got into stand up, we sold out the San Jose Improv, and then we sold out Ontario Improv, and by then they're just like, bro, you're selling them out like on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, like random ass days. And then after that, they were like, oh shit, hey, we need to connect you with this person. We need what other markets do you need? Like doors opened up, and just thankfully we were able to capitalize like in, you know, every way, from like having a hot parody or having something going on social media wise, and we're hella lucky, you know what I mean? Like blessed, because we're not having to really deal with some shitty ass venues and like shitty ass shows. Thankfully.
Yeah, thank God.
There's a different type of pressure to that, I think, though, because then they're paying a lot more, so you're getting in your own head. You're like, damn, I have to put on a good show. I go do some bar show, it's like a free for all. I'm like, if I kill, cool. If I don't, well, it's expected. It's a bar, you know. Like with you, it's like you have to kill.
Well, yeah, all that practice is great too, because from time to time I put myself in situations where it's like, yeah, this is nothing like the improv. It would not have gone like this. Or like when people see you in another setting, when they're like, yo, Chingo finally got the chance to catch your show, and it's like, you mean what we just did there? No, I was just dropping in. This is not my show. But if you do come check us out, you know, it's gonna be like 2 killer comics going up before me, then myself, and you can have a great time. Versus like I can't vouch for everything everywhere else. You know? But if you come to one of our shows,
you just can't really do regular open mics in Houston like that, anyways, right? It's kind of tough.
I've done them in the past, but I honestly feel this is gonna sound weird. Maybe now that we're gonna work out new stuff, I'll just get back to it. But I almost feel like I pick up bad habits, and I just feel like my confidence, it almost hurts me. It hurts me more. I'd rather be like, you know what? I haven't been on stage for a week and a half. The last weekend I did or whatever, all went great. Shit was powerful. Shit, I saw what needed to be fixed. And I'd rather just leave it at that instead of like, oh man, why am I even doing this? Like, fuck.
It's every open mic.
Yeah.
It's the most humbling fucking experience every fucking time. Especially if it's new stuff.
I can't say that you've gone to one when you've come back and been like, oh, this was a great experience. There's been a few times, I think when you did with Slade, you were like, oh, this was, you were okay with those. They weren't as bad. You didn't come back like really like annoyed. Midnite.
Very professional Midnite.
Very
for somebody that's in
professional
corporate
Midnite.
America. For somebody that's in corporate America.
I didn't even know, man.
Microcosm.
It's a microcosm of
Midnite used that word when we were driving on the way down.
Microcosm?
Because we were talking.
First of all, it's microcosm. First of all.
a microcosm.
Yeah, because we were just talking about society and shit, and then fucking Midnite drops that, and then he stops and he goes, he just looks on it. And we just start laughing. It's like stupid.
Oh my God.
It's a microcosm.
I was like, keep your eyes on the road, man.
Keep your eyes on the road. It's it.
That's hilarious.
Hey, but speaking of, you know how I was saying like how many stars had to line up, how many ducks had to be in a row. Like I was telling Sol the other day that how do I describe it? So like let's say when people were like, I'm gonna pitch this show idea, and then we're gonna hopefully get a showrunner. And then hopefully it'll get greenlit, and then they'll fund a pilot, and then cast the pilot. They want to shoot the pilot, then they got to like shop it, and then they got to see which network wants it, and then the network has to present all 50 of the pilots that they greenlit, and then they show it to the advertisers, and Palmolive and Crest preferred this show over yours, so now all that shit went to waste. And I tell her, like, whether it's music business or stuff like that, it's like how many things that are out of your control, like how many variables are out of your control. Whereas if you apply the same amount of energy, this might sound dumb, but like to your podcast, to your YouTube, to your social media, man, not only could you make some bread directly from YouTube and Google, but like it could help fund whatever, everything else you have going on. And it, to me, I just lean towards that. Even though we are going to go back to LA this summer and you know, get jiggy with it, you know, knock out these shows and document it and really make some things happen. But I'm not really sold. I don't know, maybe it's like a negative way of thinking, but it's kind of like, man, you know how many...
I mean, I think that model still exists. You can still go that route. But there's options now because of social media.
Yeah, I agree.
And all that.
And I'd rather have leverage. Like I'd rather like be more aggressive working on stuff that you do have control over, so that when you do go and take that route, you're coming in with momentum, buzz, leverage. Because I'd rather come into those meetings, like when it comes to pilots and shows and casting you in something, with like, have you seen the footage of like the line around the block for his shows, or have you seen the numbers on their YouTube stuff? Like, have you seen the social media numbers? Where it's like, man, they kind of don't need us.
Right.
B is he's coming is an asset. Like we put him in this movie, it's gonna be asses and seats, tickets sold. And I guess that's kind of the game plan. Like build that up so that just in case you do get casted in somebody's pilot or whatever, you know, you have a better chance, I guess.
Make your own value. That's what back in like I think it was 2011. Patton Oswalt. I think I sent it to you before. He gave the keynote address at the Just for Laughs Festival, and it was an open. He wrote 2 open letters. One was to comedians, and the other one was to the industry. Basically saying, like, you have to understand the game has changed.
It's not about
being
on the couch.
You don't
with Johnny
hold
Carson.
you don't hold the keys anymore. Like the next big thing doesn't have to walk down your hallways and get your approval like we had to before. Before it was everything was about what was given. Someone gave me so I got an agent. Someone gave me a chance. Someone gave me an audition. Someone greenlit me. You
waited in line.
Right, I waited in line. He goes, and that doesn't because of
you tried
YouTube
out.
and social media. That doesn't have to be the case anymore. So now you're in a position. The playing field's even now.
Yeah, now you can call your shots
Right.
and that power and that leverage.
And another thing with that, it's funny, is when Chingo did the Salt Lake City show, we ended up going out to listen to. We went to
A panel at
Sundance. And
like
one
Latino
of the things,
film.
it was a Latino. It was directed more to Latinos in the film business, and so a lot of the things that they talked about was like how Latinos aren't really acknowledged or in a lot of stuff, but. One of the things that was my biggest thing, which I wanted to raise my hand to say, but I was just like, I'm gonna whatever. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care. It's like, you do it yourself then. You know what I'm saying?
The question becomes, why do I need your acknowledgement? Well,
like,
Yeah, that's always been my attitude.
Why do I need Hollywood or white America or whoever it is to tell me that my art
Or that you have value.
is good, right? Or it has value.
yeah, especially like sometimes I think as women, and I'm not saying all women, but they play the victim a little bit. And I say that because one of the girls that kind of stood up and talked, and I just kind of felt like, girl, that's your biggest advantage, is that you are a fucking female and you are like in this industry. That's honestly what I love about, that's my challenge with me. I don't want to use the word managing Chingo, but I guess that is what it's called, Like, that's what I love about it is...
My baby trying to be humble.
is that I'm in an industry that is male dominant,
Which
100%.
are most industries.
Yeah, but
And-
it's an advantage.
Yeah.
You look at it as an advantage.
Yeah.
That's what makes you...
Exactly. So for me, it's like,
Hella
no,
strong.
bitch, it's this is
Yeah.
not how it works,
I did the Tower City Comedy Festival this past year, and Sarah Tiana, a very funny comedian, and she's writes for a lot of the roast with Jeff Ross and stuff like that. She's a great roast comedian, great comedian in general. She gave a workshop about that, and she was talking about that. She goes, because there's so about being a female in a male dominated market, and she goes, I see it as an advantage because there's so few women doing it at this level that it's easier for me to stand out.
Yeah.
It's on how you look at it, right? Like even with Latinos, it's kind of like, hey, everybody wants our market. So you could look at it that way, or you could be like, man, there's not enough chances for people like me. It's like, you gotta
And we
look at
have
it different.
value. Like, Latinos have value.
Absolutely. Well, look at that the Dolomite movie, right? This is not a new fight. Like that was a dude that he's basically doing what we're trying to do now, which he said, hey, look, I get you're saying that my shit's too dirty and there's no market for it, but I know there's a market for it because there's people just like me. So you can't tell me that no one wants it. You're just not willing to do what you have to do to get it to their hands. So I'm going to put it in the trunk of my car.
Oh, I got to watch that movie.
I'm going to shrink wrap it. I'm going to sell these records out my car. And look, now I'm on the billboard and you didn't get no cut of it. Oh, now I want to make a movie. No, we ain't gonna make no movie with you. Okay, fine, I'll fucking make the movie myself.
Yeah.
Oh, we ain't gonna distribute it. All right, well, I'll four-wall the bitch. Like, because guess what? People do want to hear what I have to say. I'm willing to do the work to find them.
Sure. Yeah.
I saw that movie and it taught me what the word four wall meant.
Oh my god.
Four wall.
Yeah. It was very interesting.
Define it. Let's see the definition of four wall.
It's like a microcosm.
I understood it, but I don't really know like the definition.
It's when
like,
you rent a movie theater, right?
Yeah. You rent a movie theater and you get the tickets and stuff like that. And then they said four wallers, so I got the context of it. And you know, me using context clues.
Oh my god.
Critical thinking. what movie you talking about? Dolomite?
Yeah.
Dolomite.
I still haven't seen it. I heard it's good.
And then you know, it's all about critical thinking. You know,
Critical thinking.
6 hours, 6 hours, baby, 6 hours.
Good answer, dog. Survey says.
Oh my god.
Like,
Hilarious.
that is way too many words to be up on the board.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah.
It's exciting, man. That's why we're looking forward to LA this summer because we just want to come in with like as much momentum as possible. And at the end of the day, like I always preach, it's all about the fans, man. It's all about the fans. It don't matter how many sponsorships you have. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter. Like, a lot of shit don't matter as long as you got that support from an audience.
Yes and no, Dick.
Yes and no, Dick.
It is very much a yes and no. Because I'm not saying fuck Hollywood. Obviously, any one of us got the call tomorrow and say, hey, you want to do a show on ABC? Fuck yeah, I do. Absolutely. But it's bad. Don't be butthurt if that's not your path.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's so many factors and variables that come into play. And then, what was I going to say, man? What's the name? Rogan was talking about this shit, about like how much money these YouTubers and vloggers make to where it's like, even if they did want to put them in an ABC show, it's literally a pay cut. It's like, whoa. I got to stop my YouTube business to come be on your little show and your little network that barely gets the views that we get and barely makes the, like they make way more.
Yeah. We had a guy at the comic club, and I won't name him because he's a nice guy, great comic, funny comic, come through town, and he was starring, not like a B-roll or anything, starring in an ABC sitcom. Nobody showed up. And I was like, if this was
fans, bro.
If this was 15 years ago, and Tim Allen showed up, right, which was the star of a sitcom on ABC.
But that's Tim Allen, though.
Right. Okay. Right. But
and was he on a hit sitcom? The guy?
Well, it wasn't a hit.
Okay.
That's the thing. It wasn't a hit, but
it's still on the network.
What hits? What as far as, especially with that model of, I saw a stand-up comic, I liked his set. I think it could work in the Roseanne Bar. Remember back in the day, the sitcoms always used to say based on the comedy right, because that's all they did.
Romano.
They just took their act and made it a show. They're not doing that model anymore. They're getting comedic actors to be in Modern Family. How many of those people do stand up? I don't think any. I don't think any of them.
So you're saying that. So basically, what you're saying is that now they're more likely to hire a comedic actor than to hire a stand-up.
Right. I don't think that for sitcoms, like I mean, you got look how long it took Fluffy to get a sitcom deal, and it's not based.
Well, his is on Netflix.
His is on Netflix, right? You know what I'm saying? If you look at like maybe Community, right? Joel McHale, but he was more of a TV personality, and he does stand up, but he wasn't known for stand up. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like he kind of got lucky because he wasn't like the most popping stand up, or I mean, how popping was
he? Was
how
doing
popping
that
was
soup.
he
He was doing that he did that Talk Soup or whatever, whatever on E.
So he's like basically it's like the Talk Soup guy has a sitcom, has a series or whatever.
Right, but they surrounded him with Chevy Chase, what's his name?
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino kid. And
what network was that?
That was NBC, I believe.
NBC?
Yeah.
Okay, those are the people I had a meeting with.
Yeah.
Because in the hallway you saw the posters of Community and all that crap.
Yeah. So.
For sure.
That's back before I did stand up.
It's like a microcosm.
It's a
when you get down to it.
It's a
Well, the networks and industry can't control the narrative anymore, and like they can't tell us what's good and what's not good because of the internet. You know,
Yeah.
You have a YouTube following, then there's people that like you. There's people that are interested in you. And that's why, and they're scared.
Yeah.
they want to
Until-
put you in a construct.
Until they own everything, like if they own YouTube, if ABC eventually will own YouTube or whatever, then it'll be
Yeah,
they can control us
that'd
again
be
because then we
fucked up
can't
if
put
that ever
videos
happened.
out.
Well, Google owns YouTube, and with their algorithms and like some people call it kind of borderline censorship a little bit, they're able to try and what's the word, like keep some of the playlists or YouTubers whatever like at a certain level, depending if you're talking about controversial shit. And also Frank was telling me that they're gonna start almost like kicking people off of YouTube, like if they're not really generating money for them.
Oh no shit.
And I thought maybe it was like a storage data type
Maybe
of
issue.
factor, but he's like, nah, I don't think that's it.
Interesting.
They say that in other countries, they're really like censoring, like they're able to, well, all that shit, Facebook, Twitter, all that really has a lot of say and control over, you know, who might get elected, what happens in the country.
Oh yeah, I mean,
How people vote.
Don't get into it. At the end of the day, they're still you're not seeing anything they don't want you to see. Like period. Even though the power's out of the network or whatever, like someone's still controlling.
What's in the advertisement
what
now?
gets out. Listen, I always say people slept on Josie and the Pussycats. They spelled it out for us. That movie back in the 90s with Rachel Lee Cook. They told you exactly, like, man, they've been using songs and television to control our minds, but because it's such a dumb movie, people just ignored it. They spelled out the whole formula for you.
I'm not familiar
Josie
with
and the
that movie.
Pussycats.
I'm not familiar with that movie.
Look into it.
Look, man, I don't read a lot of books, man, but y'all make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And like when he says, "Go see a movie," I'll see the movie. I probably won't read it, but I will see it.
Josie and the Pussycats is the most woke ass movie to come out of the 90s.
Look, I just seen Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Barely?
Yeah, I just seen.
Oh,
I just
you
seen,
see,
I just seen it.
that would be a microcosm of American society
Yeah,
and how we view each other
Yeah.
and the
I didn't. You know what? I didn't see the ending. Though.
Right, yeah.
What?
No, I didn't see the ending.
You
Watch
see,
it again,
that's the best
Midnite.
part.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
need to
best
see it
part.
again though. That's the best part. The
That's
ending.
the best part.
you leave,
They learned so
come
much.
on, cry.
Babe, are you hot?
Hot? Why?
Oh, because you're kind of like sweating.
Where?
Oh, right there. Oh, it's just. I'm sorry. It's the light hitting you. It looked like you
It's
were
just my little
sweating.
bald head.
All the
Bro.
I was
girls
like,
say-
damn,
Got a
I'm
little-
cold in this bitch.
But
and
the top of my head
really.
does sweat when I eat like hot sauce and shit.
Yeah, it does.
Everybody be telling me that when I'm being like, "Are you hot?" And I go, "Yeah, for sure." You know what I'm saying?
That's what they say.
That's what they
This
say, huh?
duffer.
Y'all gonna
The duffel
try,
bag is in
Chris Pettis's hot sauce.
He has a hot sauce.
He's coming. He's coming. He was on the news yesterday in Corpus. He's finally coming. I guess he can't make money off any other way, so he had to come out with his own hot sauce.
Wait, he didn't say that though, did he?
No. But that's what.
That's pretty much what it was.
I mean,
because the quinceañera family shutting down.
Well, they took him to court on his book and all that. Like he couldn't even, like, damn, I can't even write a book about me and my own wife.
Really?
Like it's my wife. Like what do you mean I can't write a book? Oh,
About his ex-wife.
yeah, about it.
Or his
Well,
deceased
yeah.
wife.
Well, yeah, technically,
Yeah.
it's an ex-wife.
Yeah.
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 I'm no good.
That's
for you.
interesting.
That's
How
what
does
he
that-
says, right?
So, I'm not good for you. Stupid. It's the so. What's the legal basis? They said, hey, like they didn't have a non-disclosure agreement, or it's
Yeah,
like
I don't know. This was back a few years ago. So now I just saw that he's coming out with the Betty's pepper sauce. What? Yeah. Because
He should have just called it pepper sauce.
Because in the movie.
Oh,
where he
yeah,
had the
'cause the movie,
the
that's right.
the
On the
hot sauce.
pizza.
So I don't know if that was
Put it on
based off of
everything.
real or he's just like. I wonder, like, okay, are you really that into hot sauce, or did they write that into the movie and people kind of just associated that with the real you? So now
Yeah.
you're adopting it, like
Oh,
yeah,
right.
no, I love hot sauce.
yeah, because it could
That
easily been
much.
Hollywood writers like, all right, so
Yeah.
odd couple, he's like the rocker, she's like daddy's girl, da 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 da. Maybe they're different. Maybe he likes hot sauce, she likes pizza. He puts it on. There's a
Yeah, like
there's a
imitating
scene.
art.
Yeah.
He has it in a gun holster.
But there's like a lot of ways he could make money. Like he could sell part of his hair. Like,
His
he
hair?
said ponytails. Yeah, you know
Cut
what
it
I'm saying? Yeah, cut it off, man. Don't write that. Hey, man, I got some of Chris Pettis' hair, baby. You know what I'm saying? How many bundles you got in there?
locks.
I got bundles in
So
there.
did Selena's dad control everything? Like he has the rights of everything, or what?
No, they don't
Her
actually.
They don't?
Well, yeah. Well, let me take that back. so they don't own their pictures, Selena's pictures.
So a lot of the photos.
All the bootleggers get those,
Yep.
get those screen printers up, baby.
So basically, what
Now,
it is,
you telling me something now, huh, baby? Come on now. We
Well-
about to make some money, Javi.
what it is unfortunately when they license out, when they do like Selena collabs with Forever 21 or the HEB bag, it's always the same photos over and over again because those are the few that they actually
own.
have the rights. Because anytime you have, and y'all could check this out. Anytime photographers take pictures of you, technically they own the copyright, even though it's a picture of you, unless when you hire them, like, hey, I'm gonna give you X amount to take my headshots or do a photo shoot. It has to kind of be like stated, like I have the copyright, which the pictures you just took.
We need.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have the copyright to those, but because I know the photographer, but a lot of times you have to. If not, you end up in a situation like you have to state it. If not, God forbid, like Selena's family, they're having to use the same few pictures for everything.
Yeah.
Man, you teaching me something, man, right there.
You know what?
Copyright.
You teaching me. You touch me. The copyright line. I'm gonna be a lawyer after
Own,
this show.
own your image, bro.
On that note,
On that note, man, we got to wrap up because we got to get to work.
We got
and
real work.
Work on some other shit. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys on the road. Don't forget stay tuned. 100th episode. We're trying to go live with it. Do we
December
have
5th, it's the date.
It's official. December 5th. Can we say where?
Sure.
At the Houston Improv. I don't know where the tickets are going to be at and all that yet, but it's going to be the live podcast. Very, very excited about that.
100th episode.
The 100th episode.
Cheers.
Thinking about having a DJ up there.
Cheers. Right here.
Cheers, everybody.
Almost.
Once again,
I'm empty, but I'm gonna get it.
make sure y'all follow at Javi Luna Comedy on Instagram, at
Midnite Comedy, MIDNITE. I spell it like that because I just got my GED, baby. Come on.
Hey.
And that Luis Juarez comic on IG too. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys. Peace.